Before we dive in, I want to ask you to subscribe to my channel if you love real, emotionally gripping stories about love, betrayal, and life lessons, and don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear your reactions because this story is one that still haunts me. It all started with a text that hit me like a punch to the chest. Stop begging. I can't do this anymore. I stared at the screen for what felt like hours, my hands trembling. Those words came from the woman I had loved, trusted, and built a life with for almost 10 years. My mind went blank, then raced through every memory we had. Quiet Sunday mornings, laughter in the kitchen, the way she used to curl up next to me on the couch. And now, that message made every single one of them feel like lies. At first, I thought it was a misunderstanding. Maybe she was upset. Maybe we just needed a break. But then came the small signs I had ignored before. Missed calls that she didn't return, the way she hid her phone when I walked into the room, the sudden late nights at work that didn't add up. I started questioning myself. Was I being paranoid? Was I overreacting? But deep down, a pit of dread settled in my stomach. I knew something was wrong, and for the first time, I couldn't convince myself otherwise. Then came the evening that changed everything. I was washing dishes when her phone buzzed. I caught a glimpse of it before she snatched it away. A name I didn't recognize flashed across the screen. My heart dropped. I told myself to stay calm, to not jump to conclusions. But my gut screamed otherwise. Over the next few weeks, the tension grew unbearable. I tried talking to her, tried understanding what was happening. But every conversation ended with her brushing me off or accusing me of being controlling. I just need space, she would say. You're making this worse. The moment I found out was accidental. I was looking for a charger in the living room when I saw her laptop left open. A message popped up. Can't wait to see you tonight. Miss you so much. My chest tightened, my vision blurred, and I felt like I was suffocating. The messages weren't meant for me. They were from someone else. Weeks of messages, secret dinners, excuses, everything laid bare. I sat down, staring at the screen, feeling every memory twist into something unrecognizable. The love I thought we shared suddenly felt like a carefully constructed illusion. I felt hurt, betrayed, but also angry. Angry that I had begged her for love, for honesty, for attention, and she had been giving herself to someone else all along. I confronted her that night, my voice shaking but firm. Why? After everything, why? Her eyes filled with tears, but not remorse, more like frustration. Stop begging, she said again, almost defiantly. I can't give you what you want. And that was the turning point. I realized something in that moment. I had spent so long pleading for someone who didn't want to stay that I had forgotten my own worth. My love had become desperation, and no one, not even someone I loved deeply, deserved that kind of surrender. I stopped begging. I stopped calling. I stopped trying to make her see what we once had. Instead, I focused on myself, on reclaiming the dignity and self-respect that I had lost in the quiet erosion of our relationship. The first time I did it, she couldn't believe it. She tried to manipulate, to guilt me back into her orbit, but I stood firm. Calm, steady, untouchable by the emotional chaos she tried to throw at me. And for the first time in months, I felt free. The aftermath wasn't cinematic or explosive. There were no shouting matches, no slamming doors. There were quiet mornings, long drives alone, and the slow, painful process of untangling a life we had built together. Memories that once brought comfort now stung. Every laugh and touch now tinged with betrayal. But with each passing day, I noticed something else, a growing strength inside me, a clarity that I hadn't felt in years. I allowed myself to grieve, to feel the heartbreak fully, but I refused to let it define me. I learned to smile again without forcing it, to sit in my own company without needing validation from someone who had lied. And slowly, I rebuilt the parts of myself I had given away. The dreams, the ambitions, the quiet confidence that had made me whole before love became desperation. Looking back, I don't hate her. I don't even resent her entirely. I pity the person who could let go of love so easily, who didn't recognize what was being offered. And I feel proud of myself Proud that I finally stopped begging and realized that love should never be a plea. Sometimes I think about what could have been. I remember her smile, her laugh, her presence. And then I remind myself that those things don't excuse betrayal, and that self-respect is worth more than any fleeting love. If there's a lesson in this, it's this. No one should ever make you beg for love or honesty. When someone tells you to stop, maybe it's time to listen. Not to them, but to yourself. Respect yourself enough to walk away. Protect your heart, and never forget your worth. So, if this story resonated with you, subscribe to my channel for more real-life stories of love, heartbreak, and self-discovery. And share your thoughts in the comments. Have you ever had to stop begging for someone's love? How did you find your strength? I'd love to hear your story.